Howdy folks, I hope everyone's having a really good day out there today. We are heading back out on the Outback Overlanding map to do a little more running around the Australian landscape that I've been working on for the last few weeks. I really appreciate all the great comments and suggestions everyone's been giving. It's given me some awesome ideas. I'm getting real close to being done. I have about, I believe it's 18 tasks that I've added to the map so far. I am going to add a few more because it just doesn't seem like much. I've probably tested about half of them at this point. So with any luck, if everything keeps going well, I may have the full release ready for the weekend. I'm definitely not going to make another release without it being completely finished. So if it's not done by Sunday, I will be holding back the update instead of the usual Sunday updates, but I just want all the tasks to be added, ready to go and tested for you guys, so you can just rock right into the map and fully expect everything to work. So the first part of this video, we're going to be out in the new Mega Cab HD, John Hot Rod, who is well known for some pretty incredible mods. Gotten a chance to use this truck a bit more and absolutely love it. So we're going to take it slow crawling with some 44s on it. This, I don't know if there's anything that looks quite like this little crawling area in Australia. I'm sure there's something close somewhere. I just had a lot of people ask about having kind of a muddy crawling section, and this is what came out of it. I thought it would be pretty fun, and I found it to be quite enjoyable because there's a lot of different routes you can take through here, and the mud adds a little different dynamic when you're crawling, and I think it looks kind of cool. So again, always love to hear what you guys think. This will be in the next update, obviously. I think I've got most of the mud, most of the roads, all that little stuff is really, for the most part, fine-tuned now. I think I'm pretty much there. There's a few little spots I have to go back and fix. The town is pretty much finished. I've added a whole bunch of sounds. I've added some of the animated birds and hidden things around. So there's lots of stuff to explore and see, and there is a ton of challenge in these trails. This truck I have the stockish tires on, but the mud's really tuned well for this kind of traction in a vehicle. A lot of it, there's stuff that'll stop you dead. There's stuff that's a little bit lighter. Again, I'm still going to be feathering muddy areas, so what you guys are playing now will be, for the most part, pretty similar. But there will be tweaks in areas. You'll notice some places that were maybe too steep. I probably went around and fixed little spots like that. If you don't see stuff fixed, definitely let me know. I know I want to make this the final update that's coming up, but hey, things happen. As hard as I try, I'll make a few mistakes, no doubt. So no shame in let me know if you guys see anything that's funny. This is just coming out the end of the trail. We're going to end up down by the river. The folks in the newest update have seen the sand area. It's just a small area. I had a lot of people ask about dunes. Sand doesn't really work fantastic compared to real life in Snowrunner, so it maybe not as fun as we would intend, but I did throw a little bit of a sand dune area in there, and there's actually a watchtower around the area, so you get a good view of it. But it may not be perfect, but hopefully it's a bit of fun. So at this point, we are going to be switching over to another new trail that I've added to the existing system, and we are going to be running the Unipog MP500, another fantastic truck that gives you a totally different drive style. I've never driven a Unimog before, but it's what you would picture it. It's not the most nimble of machines, but it definitely does the job. And super realistic, just like John Hot Rod. Both of these vehicles can be set up to be super realistic. The Unipog, I don't think you can make it OP, but it's pretty typical for a log. So this is another new trail that I've added to one of the rock crawling over in the treed area. It's more than anything, it's just another loop to play on, and it kind of incorporates that rocky, muddy combination. So some good hills in this one. bunch of not really hard crawling, but you're picking your way through trails, which just more options for everyone. I don't want to keep the whole trail system the same. Like, I want to give you guys a bit of variety here, so I may stretch some of the natural look of the area a bit, but just keep in mind it's all to keep you guys having fun and trying out new kinds of trails. Love to hear what you think about this kind of style. I've even mudded up some of the hill areas to make it a little bit slippery up the hill. Like I say, and just something I figured I'd throw in there with a little more mud, because a lot of this map is pretty dry, and it seems like Australia is either really dry or super muddy, so I figured it would work with the situation. As far as the tasks I've added, I don't have a heck of a lot of cargo type tasks. I only have, I think, 6 or 7. It's hard to add tasks to this kind of environment because there isn't a lot of population out in the world. Like, I could throw a house out in the middle of the bush, but it doesn't really make sense to me that it would be out there per se. I have added a bit of stuff you'll see when the tasks come, like a farm that you got to do a few things at, but I also really don't want to make you guys keep running over the same old path, delivering to the few populated areas in the map. So if anyone has any ideas on maybe things that would be out in that area, I'm thinking about trying to do something with mining, but again, it's going to take you to an area that you've delivered stuff to a few times. It'll be a little different area, but I don't want to run over the same track over and over. I believe there's 14 or 15 different vehicles to recover on a bunch of different scenarios and different areas. Some of them you have to recover a couple vehicles to complete the task, so should be some good variety there. I've used most of the vehicles that you might see out here, and then I've used a couple that you probably wouldn't, but there's only so many choices in the editor in the game, so we get what we get, right, is what I figured. But I'm just really hoping you guys enjoy what's coming. I'm still working on tasks. I have a whole setup added, like I said, and almost completed tested, my apologies. But I would like to add some more, so I'm mulling over ideas that aren't just cheesy A to B tasks in terms of boring, you're just adding hours to the game. I want to add stuff with substance, so any ideas you guys may have, feel free to throw them at me. I've tried to incorporate a lot of folks' ideas that have come out already, and let's try to make this thing a fun little adventure if we can. Thanks a lot for hanging around, guys. Always appreciate the viewership and really appreciate the support over the years building these awesome adventures. We will talk to you all again soon, and hopefully the release is coming up in the next week or so. Take care, guys.